Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cookies Enabled. Today is going to be fun because we're trying some hot sauce. We're going to be testing out Da Bomb. This is probably about 150,000 on the Scoville Scale, I believe. And I'm going to be trying a bit of this on a wing and explaining to all of you just how the science works behind hot sauce. Where did they start? Why were they popular? How does it actually affect the human body? We're going to look into that while I take a bit of it. And that's going to be painful. So stick around. It's going to be really, really fun. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Cookies Enabled. This is going to be interesting. I have a bottle of Da Bomb. As you saw in the intro, this is an extremely spicy hot sauce. We'll get into the Scoville ratings here in a few minutes. But we realized every other YouTube channel, they do a video where they try a hot sauce and you just get the reaction. But that's only a part of it. We want to dive in today to how these sauces actually affect your body, where they came from. Why do we have such a fascination with hot sauces when it can be so painful for so many people? So before we get started with that, we have to do it the right way. Yes. I'm going to eat a chicken wing with Da Bomb hot sauce. I've already coated it. You can see it.
So excited.
So, here we go.
Ooh.
And I'm going to try all of it.
Yeah, you're going to have to kind of give us a play-by-play here. You're just going to full-on stuff it all in, I imagine.
Basically. I'm going to just... Yeah.
Yeah, I can already tell it's hitting you, it seems.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Oh, yeah. There we go, everybody.
It's already hitting.
Oh, yes.
That's the wing. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Okay, so...
And there it is.
A quick background. I've tried this sauce before. I tried it once with one of my old coworkers. You get the taste at the very beginning. It's a very peppery, very herby. But then the heat hits, and now it's done.
Now it's too much.
Well, we're gonna rock on. We're gonna do this. So, as much pain as I am, and so the whole idea of hot sauces. They realized centuries ago. We're talking probably about 5,000 years ago or so. I had this brought up.
Give or take.
People understood that foods with these spices, it also included vinegar, things like that. They would preserve foods for a longer period of time. It's almost like smoking pork or things like that.
Very similar. Yeah.
Which, by the way, milk extremely helps. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yep.
But they noticed that these foods that were preserved with spices lasted longer. Whatever proteins are in there prevented bacteria from growing. Very similar to smoking, like I said, the salt content. Oh my God.
Yeah, smoking and salts were your main preservatives back in the day, especially if we're talking like 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. They didn't really have technologies or sciences that we have now until they discovered the pepper. And they realized, hey, there's more going on here than meets the eye. Or the taste buds, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's... But, over the generations, these people would learn to enjoy spicy foods. That's a normal thing. Hot drinks in warmer climates actually help to regulate your body heat, which is what they use. I'm struggling. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, you poor thing. I could tell you're just dying over there.
Yeah, people are laughing at me. It's okay.
Well, why don't you explain what's in the pepper that causes it to give you this hot reaction?
Exactly. So, the main mechanism behind these peppers is a chemical called capsaicin.
There you go.
That is what tells your brain basically you're on fire.
Yeah.
So there's no in small amounts there's no physical issues. It's not going to physically hurt you.
You're not
but
actually
your brain
on fire.
Thinks it does.
Exactly.
A lot of
your
people
brain
think
interprets
that
it
it's
that
the
way.
acids in it
Yep.
that really do it, but it's not an acid. It's just something that binds to a certain receptor in your brain.
Yep, and that receptor is responsible for detecting hot and boiling, as well as extremely acidic or dangerously acidic things that you should not be eating, which is one reason why your brain's telling you, stop eating this right now.
Exactly. It's called the TRPV1 protein in your cells. Its job is to sense heat. When it does, it alerts the brain. So the brain responds by sending a jolt of pain right there. Which is what I'm feeling right now, and it is not fun.
Milk,
I can tell you.
Milk does have something in it that will help counteract the capsaicin.
It does.
And I always get this name wrong.
It's the lipids that really tend to bind
like casein,
to that
I think is what it's called. Yep.
And as they bind to that, it makes it basically inert. So
yes.
Your body is no longer processing it because this liquid has kind of taken it away. It is not an end-all. It's not like if you drink this, you're done.
No, definitely not.
I've drank half this glass, and
he's still feeling it.
This is one of the sauces where it has like a crest, and then it falls. And you're going to be fine. Like in a half an hour, I'm going to be perfectly fine. I know that.
Yeah.
However, it's not fun.
Yeah, it really doesn't look too much fun, honestly. But yeah, your brain is also going to release endorphins at this time to kind of help influence your immune system.
Everybody loves hot sauces.
Exactly.
It's the
Gets
fight
you coming
or flight
back.
response in your brain. It pumps your brain full of those endorphins, and you think, well, it's sort of like going on a roller coaster, you know. It's that fear response that just floods your brains with chemicals, and some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah. And the more you eat, the more of a tolerance you'll build up to this capsaicin, which means your brain will react less and less the more you eat it. There's also really good health benefits for eating capsaicin or hot peppers, I should say, at least 3 times a week. It is definitely recommended. Definitely check our sources below.
No, it is a good thing it can be very beneficial to your health in small amounts, obviously. It's one of
Absolutely. I'm not telling you to go eat peppers.
But in the early, in some of the earliest cultures, they just kind of learned to or adapted to enjoy these because that's what they used to preserve their food. But then it became a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
And these days, you have hot sauces ranging from the most mild all the way to the hottest. And they're basically rated on what we call the Scoville Scale. Now, the Scoville Scale was created to come up with a metric on how these sauces are rated on spiciness. There are a few different methods. They're based on solubility in water or certain particles per million, something that can be measured, that can be quantified. And what I just had is around the 150,000 Scoville level. Habanero peppers. Peruvian white habanero, I guess. I'm looking at the wiki for all of that.
Oh, goodness.
But they go much, much further. The Carolina Reaper, for instance, is at about 1.5 million to 3 million.
3 million,
so 10 times what I'm going through right now, which even already has started to subside. Surprisingly.
I can tell. You're talking more, and it's definitely got to help.
It's not as bad as the first time I tried it, which is surprising. Maybe there's a bit of a tolerance built in there. But
would
you
say
do
so.
have that. You go from the very highest, and I mean, everybody loves some sort of hot sauce. You know,
Oh, I love it.
buffalo
Love it.
wings, and
Chili.
those.
Mm.
The lowest end, you have bell peppers. You have like
Yeah.
banana peppers.
Bananas.
A
Yep.
little higher
Exactly.
than that. What most people probably tend to say is hot
Yeah.
is Frank's Red Hot.
I put that shit on everything.
And that was the
Yes, I
marketing
love it.
campaign. I put that shit on
Oh.
everything.
Yes.
And
That's
you
awesome.
can, for most people. This, again, I was expecting today's recording of this to be a little more painful for me, but it's already starting to subside. I think it was the milk. The
Yeah,
first
the
time
milk
I tried
definitely
it,
helps.
I was
Yeah.
working at a pizza place, and I had no dairy around me.
Oh,
Except
man.
for mozzarella.
Yeah, you poor
And
thing. That will
mozzarella
kinda
balls,
help.
They don't cut it. You need
Yeah, it's not really the same.
liquid.
Yeah. What's in there is that
Oh, it
milk
still
is
hurts,
a
though.
non-polar liquid, which means that when it's mixed with something that is polar, like capsaicin, it's going to dissolve it away and actually a bond directly to the capsaicin, so that way it doesn't bond to your tongue instead. Now,
Exactly.
you can drink water and other things as well, but all this is going to do is just mix that around in your mouth like an oil and water mixture, and it's actually just hitting more receptors, and now there's more and more fire as your brain is going to interpret it.
Exactly.
So that's
Like,
not a good thing.
Some people think, oh, I have ice water. That's the best thing for me.
Don't do it.
No, it's not. No,
Put it
it's
down.
Absolutely not. But again, I mean, this has become a thing in the last several years. You know, there's the YouTube channels, Hot Ones, where
Yes.
they interview people as they go up the scale of
Even
hot
Jimmy
sauces.
Fallon, I think, does it on his late show. Yeah.
Yeah, he did one or two of those, and I mean, it's fun. It is relatively safe until you get into the dangerous levels, like the Carolina
Exactly.
Reaper. That can cause some issues if you're
Whew.
depending on allergies or if you have.
Oh, right.
People have.
Be careful.
I'm
Yeah, it's
safe.
definitely something you really want to approach slowly and carefully.
I mean, this has been interesting, but I'm still feeling it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can
Yeah.
see. I've got beads coming down my hair.
I was gonna say,
My mouth
and once
is
that,
on fire.
I say once you finish digesting that chicken wing, you get to experience that heat again, because again, those receptors are not just in your mouth; they are all throughout your body. So as your
Exactly.
immune system
So
detects it, it's gonna
It's
keep
going to hurt
reacting.
going in. It's also probably going to hurt going out.
Always something to think about.
We'll see. For all of you watching this video, you'll have already had a teaser from tonight's live show where I'm going to talk about my experience during it. Honestly, this time it was not as painful as
Not
I
as
was
crazy.
imagining. I was building it up to be a lot more, which is a good thing. Maybe someday we'll step it up to one of the other ones. There's
We'll have to try something a little hotter.
Well,
I
there's
think.
another
Yep.
sauce my friend had called Flatline. That's about 1.5
Ooh.
million Scovilles. I did try the tiniest bit of that once, and we're talking half the size of a grain of rice, a little drop on my
wow.
hand. That was worse than this. That's how powerful
Eek.
it is.
Oh,
But again, this is a cultural phenomenon around the world. Many cultures embrace a lot of spicy foods, and it does have some historical precedents from how
Absolutely.
they would, keep their food safe to eat over several months. Before
Right.
we had refrigeration, what do? You have to freeze it. You have to cure it. You have to keep something to prevent the bacteria from growing. In
Exactly.
multiple different ways. Again, also hot foods can instigate that sweat response on your body, which helps to remove
Yes.
heat, can regulate your body heat in a hot climate.
yep.
Again, why a lot of your Middle Eastern or tropical cultures tend to drink hot drinks during the summer. It sounds counterintuitive, but it does help to regulate your body heat. So we've kind of known this without knowing it for several thousand years of human civilization. And only these days is the point where we decide to make things like this for fun.
Right.
which I still don't understand, but it was kind of fun.
Oh, yes. I think this was a great exploration of...
I mean, we
just chemistry.
are enjoying something that was a defense mechanism on a plant, which I should touch on quickly. That's one of the main theories is mammals, animals, cats, humans. We can all... Our receptors are, they will pick up on hot salts.
All the same, yeah.
Because most mammals with their teeth, the chances of them damaging plant seeds once they're digested or eaten is very high. Therefore, if it's spicy, they're not going to want to eat it.
Exactly.
And the plants can continue to propagate to the next generation. However, animals like birds especially, they don't have receptors for capsaicin because the majority of the time they will eat the fruit, digest it, poop it out, but the seeds are still
fully intact.
Yeah, exactly. And in that case, once they poop it out, you got a new plant that's growing out from wherever.
Yep.
Not the same with mammals. So it was an evolutionary adaptation to these plants. We, however, turned it into some crazy thing that we enjoy for some reason. I'm not exactly sure.
Right. We like torturing ourselves in weird ways, apparently.
But after a glass of milk, I didn't even have to touch the ice cream yet. But after a glass of milk, I'm starting to feel better. My mouth is still on fire. But I think I'm going to be okay.
Well, that's great news. I love a good chemistry experiment, and this is definitely a great way to kind of taste the difference and taste the chemistry and kind of confuse your brain a little bit because, again, nothing's actually hot or on fire. It's just the fact that that's the receptor that's being activated, so that's how your brain's going to receive it. That's all cool chemistry to me.
It tells your brain that your mouth is burning, even though it's actually not. Even the acidity levels are not enough to burn anything. It's just almost a purely psychosomatic response of your brain to these peppers. That's how it works. And
that's it. It's super simple.
I'm just happy I was able to get through that explanation without being completely...
Totally inundated?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That you did a great job, I thought. You definitely held it together a lot better than I expected. But and I love that we had our live audience to kind of help illustrate that, heat is fun for everyone.
It was... Maybe we'll have to step it up someday. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But that's our episode for this week. This will probably be coming out within a week or two after the live show that you guys are going to see tonight on the 17th. So this will come out shortly after that. You guys will see. But we wanted to film it today so I can talk about it tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope you guys learned something new. I did. I learned that wasn't fun. But it was also fun at the same time. It was interesting.
Always.
And
always.
I can feel the sweat in my hair now. From
I can tell. You're looking a little sweaty from this side.
Just a bit.
But yeah, I think that we definitely all learned something new. I think that went very well today.
I would say so. So if you enjoyed that, like we said, always like and subscribe. Hit the little bell at the bottom. If you have any questions for us, let us know.
Yeah, drop a line in the comments.
Looking for new topics, for new ideas. If you like this, if you want to, by chance, send us a Carolina Reaper, then send us one in the mail.
Right.
Go for it.
Right. Hit us up at our email. Let us know, and we will get you that information.
Definitely.
Thanks again, everybody.
Oh, you're going to like this. I've got a nice bookshelf behind me with... Guess what's going to be in the corner of the shot? The heads.
Awesome.
Feel free while I'm doing this to make commentary or laugh at me.
We can laugh at you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, like, because this is not going to be...
So, Will, in case you're wondering what's going
Welcome, everybody, to Hot Sauce Around the Globe. And I want you as loud and clear as you can. I put that shit on everything. Can you do that for
They
me?
don't say shit because they actually bleep it out in the commercial. Say ish. Because they say, I put that ish on everything.
No, I'm
No,
gonna say shit.
say shit.
Yeah.
I don't want you to actually.
We're not
swear.
monetized. It's not going to lose us
No,
anything.
my
Even see
I
who it's
want
coming
that.
from. Her
All
face
All right,
won't be
all right,
on
all right, all right.
Her face won't.
Okay.
Evie, you definitely should say shit.
Yeah.